Alright, so first things first, I'm late to the party. I know, Hawken was released in 2012, but my slow ass decided to hold off 3 damn years and ended up playing it late. Though if you're anything like me and ended up checking out the game late, then this video is for you. As with the first impression series, it is common to play a couple of hours and then give your thoughts. Once you complete the game, a review is made, but that's after another series entirely. However, with this kind of game review, in my opinion, it would be pretty difficult because it's a free-to-play game. So let's cross that bridge when we are forced to. Now let's imagine you are opening up the game for the very first time. No prior knowledge to what Hawken is or what it is about. Aside from the fact that you pilot mechs, you already knew about that or you wouldn't have even bothered to show up. After that initial live-action intro sequence, you are pumped and ready to go, ready to do what you just witnessed in the live-action intro. Then you realize you don't exactly know what the hell anything is. The menu's hard to activate, then the sub-menus become even more complex for the first time you end up playing. The games give you everything to access right from the beginning, which I know I was overwhelmed at first, completely lost in the UI, and I was struggling to understand everything. Though this UI is just much like very many other free-to-play games, such as World of Tanks. Now to give a comparison of the two, they both have the same UI when navigating the menus, very complex and you can easily lose yourself. So be sure to take your time and learn everything you can about the menus. Explore and be curious, as you will soon come to see it isn't as complex as it seems. It was just a lot of information to take in, but once you understand it, you kinda realize just how simple it is. Now since we are on the topic of simplicity, let's move over to my experiences with the gameplay. Hawken is a mech game. 2 teams fighting it out while using mechs that you can purchase with real or in-game currency. These mechs aren't exactly the slow lumbering types that you might expect to see in many other games, but they aren't exactly Titans from Titanfall either. I would say the way they move and feel would be the perfect middle ground of the two, which in its own system works perfectly fine when you are fighting against other players. I would never advise you playing this game without a party of some sort, as you will come across either players who have played slightly longer than you or players who have played even less than you, both of which would end up in an utter defeat or victory, though that process stays the same no matter what game mode you play, and it becomes rather repetitive. The sole reason you play with a party of some sort is so that you can stay interested by communicating with your party. If you play the game alone, it becomes dull and you will move on to other titles incredibly fast. Which, the fact of playing alone will inevitably become boring, might scare away some players, while others who can always group up with players won't see a problem in the first place. However, lone wolf type players, I advise you to ignore this title, as just like myself, you will become bored. I ended up repeating myself a few times throughout this video, just kinda reworded it each time, so let's just compile it all into a summary. The menu can be scary at first, so just explore and it will become simple. The mechs aren't fast, but aren't exactly slow either. Then finally, gameplay becomes dull if you have no one to play with. Well, those are my thoughts on the game. If you have any thoughts about any of what I mentioned, be sure to comment below. I'd love to know what you think. Thanks again everyone for joining us for this video. My name is Ricky, and until next time.